All right, everybody. We should be live here on YouTube. Welcome. Hopefully, you can hear my voice. If you can't, let me know. If not, we're good to go. So, welcome, everybody. This is EMP.Money. My name is AJ. I am the team lead, and I have my co host with the most, Bull Gates. Say hello, Bull.
Hello, Bill Gates.
Yes. So, all right, guys, we have another jam-packed one today. Markets are a complete disaster. Things are looking really bloody all over. But EMP is still fundamentally strong, and we're really excited to see how resilient we have been. We'll talk about all that again. I know it's scary out there, but we're all in this together, and this is where the most money can be made. So. Before we jump into that, though, again, this is our new format. We're starting an hour earlier, and we're going to end with Detonator. But I want to get some good vibes going, and we're going to have our new intro song brought to you by Defi Proof. Shout out to Defi Proof. This is his new single, EMP, not only about our protocol, but also about the markets in general. And there will be a music video coming out as well. So, all right, here it is, and then we'll jump right in.
Blame, you natty.
I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm middle P. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm middle P. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Sticking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the front, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, got the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm middle P. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then I'm middle P. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom.
All right, there you have it. Straight fire by our friend Defi Proof, one of the OGs, not only an awesome artist, but also an investor in the protocol. So shout out to you, and thanks for being here. So, all right, if that doesn't get you fired up, I don't know what will. We need some good news on a day like today. Another absolutely brutal downturn in the market. We're seeing some unprecedented times, not only in crypto, but in the traditional financial markets as well. And it's just been a very negative downward cycle right now. However, it's all about mindset. And so I know I talk about this a lot. I did a very long post in our Telegram as well as Discord. Make sure you jump over there and read it. And the long story short is now is the time that we have to focus on what we can do rather than what we can't do. So, in other words, getting mad at the market, getting upset, seeing your portfolio drop in half, it sucks. I get it. It's a scary time. But it's times like these that with a positive attitude and a level-headed mindset, is that it's actually opportunity. You can make a killing in markets like these by being able to DCA in, leverage your positions that you already have, and by simply holding. I mean, again, everybody says hodl, but there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, I think people try to overmanage their portfolios, and when you're trying to, save yourself, so to speak, from all the red, it can lead to a lot of mistakes. And if you're selling the bottom, then you're locking in those losses. So, if you have a shit coin or a meme coin or an NFT that has no use case, yeah, I mean, you definitely don't want to go down with the ship. And I understand trying to sell and recoup some of your losses because chances are that's never going to come back. But EMP is fundamentally different. Um, we have some incredible economics. We have an extremely healthy treasury. We have one of the best, or if not the best, communities in crypto. We're a competent team that is literally building every single day, no matter what the market is doing. And we still have over $10 million in liquidity with ETH actually absolutely taking a nosedive. So all of those things on top of um, what we're building here, that is what backs up me saying, you're not going down with the ship. This is only short-term volatility, and it's the price that you have to pay as a crypto investor. Again, the saying goes is that if you can't stand the volatility, you don't deserve the gain. So, again, this is a very unprecedented time. I know it's scary, but take a deep breath, and we will all get through this together. We have a game plan to get back to PEG. We just have to find a floor first. The treasury is very healthy. We don't disclose, hard numbers on the treasury, just be for security reasons. But it's all on chain. I mean, if you want to look at it and dive in, it's all there for you to see. We're not hiding anything. But that being said, the Treasury will end up doing buybacks if we have to, but we'll never disclose that ahead of time because it adds exit liquidity for all the bad actors and people that are only here for the short term. So we're really set up great. Again, Detonator is just absolutely amazing. We're going to end on Detonator today, but that is a really amazing use case for the protocol and has helped us stay afloat no matter what the market conditions are. So, and no other protocol has Detonator. So that's another really important factor. And so, yeah, I don't want to get, I don't want this to turn into any kind of a negative sentiment. I want to keep all the positive vibes going. I'm happy to answer questions as it relates to the market, but we're in a lot better shape than 99% of the other protocols out there. So, Bull, how are you, brother? I think you echo my sentiment, right? Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, yeah, thank you, man. Excuse me. Yeah, 100%. And I always speak in analogies. I'm not here to give financial advice. I'm not here to criticize people. I do my best to relay like my experiences in crypto. I've been here since 2013. I've seen a lot, of ups and downs, and so I relay, my experiences with stories because I want people to listen to the story. I want them to decide for themselves what's best for themselves and how are they going to approach their investment, right? And when I say investment, I am not just talking about a financial investment in a project, a protocol, a team, whatever. I'm talking about, excuse me, investing in yourself. The opportunity to invest in yourself is unprecedented in this space, and what you have here is an opportunity to build just an incredibly powerful, independent, well-educated, friendly, helpful, constructive, every good adjective that you can think of, just place on that. But the opportunity is here to do that. And AJ was talking about this is the bottom, it looks scary, and it's true, it does, it looks scary. Even if you've been around, these times are scary because we see people like I like to always think of the ecosystem here as a boat we're all in together. And when people rush, from one side to the next, even when the waves are there are no waves, it's the motion of people running back and forth, chasing something instead of building something. You have to, contribute, you have to build, you have to be here, you have to, continue to work, to be a better investor. And you do that by doing your due diligence, meeting people, learning things that you didn't know existed. Why do I say this is because I see a lot of people rushing from protocol to protocol, and then losing money, especially in times like this, and then blaming, for instance, the protocol. And that's not the protocol's fault. The protocol, they're are typically unchanging. They're bound by math. And so if you want to do well, you really have to kind of dig in and commit and do your due diligence and contribute. And then you can really understand how something works. And when you do that, when you've made that investment in yourself, then that's the time you make the investment in that ecosystem that you've made that human capital investment in, because then you know what you need to know. Then you won't be that person jumping from one boat to another, from one side of the boat to the next, looking for the least amount of waves. And when the seas are choppy like they are right now, it's really best when everybody just kind of sits on their butt and rows, because that's what's going to steady the boat. It's going to steady the ship. But if we run from one side of that ship or boat to the next, when the waves are rough, a person might fall off, and we don't want people to fall off and then fall out of the ecosystem. But we want to make sure everybody is safe, secure, sound, and they feel really good about being here. And that's the whole point of, when I say invest in yourself, because nobody can make you do things. Only you control your fate in crypto. And that's a great thing in crypto, is that, we are the masters of our fate, the kings of our castle, so to speak. So everything is on us to, as Couch say, don't act crazy.
For sure, Bull. Great advice, brother. And again, I know you're a crypto veteran. I know a lot of people. This is their first crypto project, and if that's the case, lucky you, for sure. Because if you were not involved in EMP from the get, you would be. Think about how scared you are now, and times that by 10. And we've all been there. I mean, I've lost hundreds and thousands of dollars in the beginning of my crypto journey, simply because I didn't know what was happening. And so, one of the major points I wanted to bring up today in this AMA is that it's about knowing how to play the game. And so, even today, I see comments and messages in the main chat, and Telegram and Discord, where people are not even familiar with how PEG works, or how why ESHAREs are going down in value. And so, again, I mean, I'm all for questions. I'll answer the same question 1,000 times if I have to. I'm not upset about that at all. What I am upset about is that, in order to be a successful investor, you have to know the rules of the game. So if you're here and you're in EMP, you have to take it upon yourself to learn. I mean, this is not a 1000x lottery ticket. Again, I think people get way over leveraged in crypto, and are trying to strike it rich in a very short amount of time. But if you have a long-term mindset and you actually set up multiple diversified passive income streams, then right now you're chilling. I mean, that's me. Yeah, it sucks. I'm nervous. I don't like to see the market go down, but overall, man, I'm still sitting pretty. I mean, and that's not both inside EMP and outside of EMP. And I've gotten to that point by having a long-term mindset, knowing how to play the game, and taking it upon myself to learn that. And even with the market again completely wrecked, you're able to have that steady income coming in no matter what the market conditions are. And that plays into, again, another thing I want to mention in a minute. But let me just finish up my thought about knowing the rules. So this is a very unique system, and so you really have to know how to play by the rules to maximize your gains. So if you don't know how to play by the rules, or that's what the AMAs are for, or our Medium articles, or our docs page, or the 1 hour free academy that we use. We literally give you all the tools in the tool belt to be successful. And if you can't utilize those tools, then it's not a protocol problem. It's a you problem. And so again, I don't mean to be a dick. I don't want to come across as judgmental. I want all of us to win, but you have to take some responsibility in your own success with this. So and again, I mean, I'm more than happy to answer anything. I'm happy to go over until I'm blue in the face to help all of you because I truly do want everybody to win and everybody to succeed. And these seigniorage protocols is what we are. I mean, that's the only protocol that literally everybody can win. As long as you know the rules of the game. So, Bull, you want to mention anything about that before I talk about the next topic?
Yeah, the structure of answering questions.
Or yeah, the rule. I just want to know if you were going to comment on knowing the rules of the game.
Yeah, sure.
I know you gave an analogy of the seeds and the plants. I thought that was good. So yeah, however you want to say it. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, so the really, be when you're in crypto and you have this opportunity is you are making the rules of the game, by deciding how much time, how much you want to commit and invest, yourself and in human capital in here. And everybody here, I don't know one person that ever said invest here and then don't learn anything. Matter of fact, it's really quite the opposite here. It's please educate yourself first. Go to the academy. When you come out of that, ask questions. Come to the AMAs. Do whatever you can. And when AJ says, like learn how the system works here or learn the rules, the system is bound by mathematics how it works. But really, mathematics are held up by the belief too, and how things and how people interact with one another. And I think as far as any project I've ever been in, this is really so much more powerful, so much more engaged, so much more real than anything that I've ever seen, because here we have the control of the ecosystem as investors. And we, sure, the system is bound by those mathematics, but mathematics really are contingent upon like how we operate in the system. And we see it when there's a big sell-off and people panic and sell off and think, oh my gosh, something has changed here. And the reality is no rules have ever changed. It's just that people got scared and made a poor decision and exited. And so when you really kind of have that light bulb moment, you'll be like, oh wow, really? We're in control of this. We're the banker. We control PEG. We determine our own fate. This is the thing that people search for like their whole life, like at their job or with family or friends, of being able to control their fate. And here, in this project, we have that. And that's not hyperbole, it's not BS. That is the truth. Our actions dictate the success or failure of how the system operates. And that's the beauty of it. It is really simple once you have those light bulb moments, but we can't make you have those light bulb moments. You have to come to the realization, but you have to make that investment of time and diligence and understanding to really have that light bulb moment. And sorry if I'm going on too much here, but the point is that I think a lot of people get into crypto with that expectation that they're going to become millionaires overnight. They won't have to do anything. It's going to be so easy. And let me tell you, it's not. This isn't, telling you what you should do, but I've been sleeping on my couch for the better part of at least 2 years now, outside my office, so that I don't wake up my wife when I want to go on my computer, when I want to check, my investments here and what I need to do to help those along. And I'm more than willing to do that, and I don't expect other people to do that. But what I do expect people to do is at least, at the very least, know the rules of the game, how the system interacts with one another. And I wouldn't be saying any of this if all of this stuff was, but it's talked about every single day on the AMAs. It's talked about, relentlessly in the channel about, educating yourself before you do anything, because we have always stressed we want that educated investor, because we want you to know exactly how the system works, because it's beneficial for everybody. Because when somebody sells off, like it's a bad actor exits the system, and there's that big red candle, everybody used to freak out, but people don't freak out now. But the fear is greater because we see it across the market. And when EMP launched in the bear market, let's be honest, the you know ever the market has been in a bear market this entire year, but EMP has been a shining light, and it's because these guys built this project with the investor in mind, that we could all win together, and they've given us the tools to do it. So when we see people come into the channel and they haven't taken really even the first step to get educated, and they're telling people how the system should operate, or how does this work, or how does that work, it's great to ask questions, right? It is, but the first step before you can really even ask a question is to make that investment in understanding how to ask a good question. And when you take that first step, and you invest in that education, you're gonna get a lot better responses. The system is gonna favor you. It is gonna work a lot better. And like AJ saying, like, they're gonna support PEG when the time is right, and I believe him, because everything that he's told me, everything that he has shown us here in the system, everything that he has done has exemplified that. They have given us every opportunity to succeed, but it is on us as a community, as owners of this protocol, to understand the opportunity that we have here to either make it go down or make it go up. But the best thing we can do, the best place to start, are to know the rules of the game. And the best way to know the rules of the game are to understand how that rules of the game are played when you educate yourself. So sorry
Perfect.
for the long rant, people.
No, that was great, Bill. Awesome, man. Again, you have a great way of articulating again what we all are thinking. And again, I hope that helps all of you that are listening to have a better understanding of the protocol. And I mean, we're not immune to market conditions. Like, this is the most uncertain times we've seen, since the big C word. I don't want to have YouTube flag me. The big C word crash, 2 years ago. So, this happens. It's all cyclical, and past events are not predictions of what we expect in the future. But they sure as hell help. I mean, again, if you zoom out on any crypto chart, or any even traditional finance chart, it is up and to the right. I mean, it takes time, but we'll eventually recover. And I've had these exact conversations, over the 7 years I've been in crypto, and it usually returns, and it also usually returns with a vengeance, meaning we get even to another all-time high. So again, I know it's scary. I want everybody to take a deep breath. Just try to calm down, and sometimes the best thing to do is to literally do nothing at all. Again, it's not a matter of going down with the ship. It's just a matter of not acting on your emotions, and making poor decisions in the moment, because you're scared, or you're emotional. So yeah, awesome. All right. So all that being said, I touched on it a little bit earlier about making sure that you have your passive income streams diversified. At the end of the day, EMP is a passive income stream platform, with exposure to ETH. That's just the icing on the cake, especially now, because anybody that's been accumulating LP over the last 2 days, I mean, you're just going to be absolutely blown away when we see ETH recover in terms of dollar value. and now's your chance. I mean, again, not financial advice, but everybody was saying, "Man, I wish I would have been able to buy eShares at $400 or $300," and that's when eShare was 3,000, and now we've come down that far, and nobody's buying. So again, it's just a matter of perspective with what you have, and we're still really healthy. The treasury is strong. We have plenty of cash reserves. The ETH staking contract is still very healthy, even though we've had a correction beyond anything we were expecting. We were very conservative on the math with that, so that is still looking really good. Um, and again, like both said, we will do buybacks if we have to, but we'll never announce that ahead of time. We just need people that are not here for the long run to go ahead and exit. And that's okay, because we can recover PEG in a matter of no time once we finally find the floor. And it could get worse from here. I want everybody to be fully prepared for that. I mean, we could see another 20 or 30% drop from here, if not more. So you have to be mentally prepared for that. And if it does happen, yeah, it will suck. But again, we will be able to recover over the long term. So hopefully that helps kind of ease some minds. And so, yeah, what I was saying about diversifying into passive income, we have a very special announcement coming this week. I just got off of a phone call with Crypto Mike earlier today, and all the plans are set in motion. So again, I know that this is a very turbulent time, and people are looking for other risk-off plays and investments. Hopefully, you have some money left after all this. But we have a very exciting announcement coming. We're gonna do an AMA with Mike about it. But this is a new opportunity for EMP investors to again help stabilize your investments even in a turbulent market. So I can't really say too much more. It's really exciting. It will be yet another way of earning in our ecosystem, and it will also be a way of supporting our treasury as well. So we'll get into all that, but I'm really excited for that to roll out. The actual launch date will be sometime next week, so you have plenty of time. But we'll have him on here for an AMA to explain a little bit more to all of you. So that's really exciting stuff coming. We're always building in the background. Again, no matter what the market is doing, we use that as motivation to be even better, and we're never going to stop delivering as long as we are above the ground. So yeah, Bull, anything else you want to add before we move on to questions?
I think we're probably good. I guess I'm going to say one quick thing, and I'll try to be brief. So I have always relayed stories of successes and failures, and the would have, we should have done this, should have done that, and my nephews often tell me, they're like, well, you're always talking about the should haves that you could have done, and it's true. Like, there are a lot of opportunities that I didn't take advantage of, where I've told people before, you can research and research and research, but really it's very important to follow that research up with doing. And doing, is really so important. And I can't overstate the importance of the actual doing part, because it's really what's transformed my life and really helped me achieve goals that I never used to set goals, and I like to learn things, but I was always kind of scared to make the jump and do the things, and so I might have known things in the past, and my nephews would say, well, you didn't do that, and I say, well, I don't tell stories as a vehicle for remorse. I tell them, for like experience moving forward. And that's a great thing about like time, right? Is that we can use the past as a benchmark for the future. That doesn't mean it's always going to play out like that. But one thing is absolutely certain: if you don't do, it's going to be exactly like it was in the past when you don't take action. And the part that's really important here is that I have stressed a number of times before, like we saw, a great run up with EMP and eShares, and I have been telling people to take profit from that, and you know, just for the rainy day. Luna speaks about it quite often too, and this isn't a "hey, I told you so" type of moment. This is a call to action for the future. If you were, like AJ just said, if you were one of the people that has been saying, "Oh boy, I'm late. I wish I could have gotten eShare at $200, $300, $600, $800," and you were the person that maybe overbought. Okay, that's fine. But the point is that these things always move up and they move down, and the key is to manage your emotions, but use the past as kind of a benchmark for the future of how you should do, because the doing is really the important time. But if you take that time to learn how things operate instead of rushing back and forth from one thing to the next and really investing in yourself, I think you'll see a dramatic change. It doesn't happen overnight. The change and something good doesn't happen overnight. Changing your life isn't like a lottery ticket. Work has to be put in here. And one of the issues that can result in crypto is that you can see all of these gains and think, oh my gosh, it's so easy to do this. And you feel like um, you're not putting in a lot of work to see these gains. And this is something that can make, kind of give you people false expectations here, that it's so easy to do. So, it's so easy to make this money. But as everybody is kind of seeing now, like your portfolio looks smaller in US dollars. Your LP, and that's why I tell you to focus like on that LP. But we see that dollar value going down. But this is an opportunity, to actually try to understand what you haven't understood before. So just remember that doing is an extremely important part of personal growth, and that should be a key for everybody to take away, is that these are the opportunities where we can really grow. And when I talk about up and to the right and filling in the valleys, and you fill in the valleys with the work, and that's how we get to the next step of up and to the right.
Awesome. Yeah, absolutely, Bull. And so, before we take some questions, I want to give a few more fast updates here. LA, are you there? I'd love to hear a merchandise update. Again, maybe some good news. If anybody has any money left after the massacre out there, and I hate to make light of it, I'm just trying to bring positive energy here. So yeah, we're still selling merch, right? We saw another couple of orders today, I'm sure.
We did, yeah. I'm super pumped. It looks like most of them are shipping and on their way. We're continuing to get a couple new orders every day, and I get excited every morning to wake up and see who's ordered what, like, and where in the world things are shipping off to. And
For sure.
yeah, I'm super pumped to see more and more of you posting photos and stuff of stuff arriving in the group. And we're continuing to work on stuff so that we can get the next wave of the launch out as soon as possible to you. And that's pretty much it. We're pretty pumped about things.
All right, awesome, LA. Yep, no doubt. I know we hit over 12 countries that we've shipped to now, and if you do have your merch, please feel free to post some pictures. Again, you don't have to show your face, but we'd love to see some models with our merch. We'll add it to the website if you want us to, and we'll be doing some random giveaways as well to those that have bought merch. Remember that merch is also not only an amazing way to advertise and help us get the word out, but it also is another revenue stream for EMP. So a portion of sales after all of our overhead will go to buy back EMP. We'll publish those on a quarterly basis. We've already kept track for the first few months. Month of launch. And yeah, we'll post all that when we do, and it won't be a lot, but every little bit helps. I mean, again, and that's another good segue into how to help PEG. Again, read my update on Telegram. and Discord. But it's really simple. It's stupidly simple, actually. The best way to help us recover and regain peg is literally just buying fresh EMP off the market. Um, I get it if you don't have extra capital, you know, you don't want to liquidate your other positions, that's fine. Because the second best thing to do to help peg is not sell EMP. So we always say to treat EMP as a utility token. Definitely don't sell it, but definitely don't sell it when we're literally at the bottom. I mean, um, you're selling at such a loss at this point, and it only hurts the protocol by continuing to devalue peg, which devalues eShares and devalues nodes, and you know it's a native cycle. What we've seen, you know, on the bad part of a seigniorage protocol. Um, but it's all recoverable, and we're really confident that we will recover. Like I said, we're sitting pretty compared to about 99% of other seigniorage protocols. LA posted a really eye-opening image yesterday. They say an image is worth 1,000 words. Um, I mean, literally, all the other protocols are at, you know, point 0.2, point 0.3, point 0.4, you know, point 0.5 peg. We're still at about point 0.8 and holding this range. So just bear with us. Again, best thing to do is buy EMP. Second best thing to do is don't sell EMP, and the third best thing to do is again just do nothing. I mean, it's okay to you know let the dust settle, go for a walk, walk away from the computer, and come back when again the market has finally hit a floor. And we could be in for more. I mean, the storm is not over yet, but the blue skies are coming. So, all right, and then one last thing, actually two last things. On Wednesday, we'll have another special guest from Liquid Capital, the team that brought you Grape Finance. They're a bunch of amazing guys, and they are going to do an AMA with us about their new project, Liquid Capital, which again is another thing even outside of Crypto Mike's new endeavor. But this is another way to help EMP over the long run and bolster our treasury, as well as buybacks and burns. So we have so much coming that is bullish for EMP. That it really is you know an opportunity of a lifetime right now to get involved. So not financial advice, but all that's coming. So special guest on the AMA on Wednesday. And then last but not least, Kirk. Kirk, are you there, brother? I don't want to put him on the spot. Is he here, Bull?
I don't see him. I'm scrolling through.
All right, he is launching. Kirk, one of our army members, is launching a brand new DeFi update that happens once a week on Mondays, and that will be debuting after our AMA today on his channel. So I just want to make sure we give him a shout out. He may be on later to plug it when we get closer to Detonator, but that will be about a 5 or 10 minute update of everything that I've said over the last week, both with EMP and Impulse, as well as some other updates throughout crypto. It's basically a miniature news segment, news update that relates to us and crypto in general. So shout out to Kirk. We're really excited for that to be coming. So, all
And that
right,
one's called the
yeah. What's it called, LA? Yeah.
DeFi Debrief.
Thank you, LA. Yes, awesome. I had it on the tip of my tongue. I just didn't want to say the wrong name. So, DeFi Debrief, perfect. And we'll put a link to that as well in both of our chats and here on YouTube. So, all right, Bull. That was all my updates for today. I'm happy to do some questions. We have about a half an hour before we get
Yep.
into Detonator. So, lay it on me, brother. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think we have 20 minutes to be more accurate. But
Okay.
so yeah, Max is up, and then Vino Mystic, and then Don Max. So Max, go ahead, bro.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I just had a couple of questions.
Yeah,
And
go ahead, Max. Yeah.
yeah, I'm having trouble I just had it.
No worries, bro. You want to think about it and come back, or yeah?
So, what's so the main thing you said is to try and get the peg up is by buying fresh EMP. So what kind of plan do we have right now, I guess, going forward? And also, I think I'm gonna skip because I'm kind of blinking out here. But that's, yeah, sorry.
All right, no worries, bro. If you think about a better direction, let me know. I'm happy to jump on. But you basically said, what is the plan? I mean, that's a loaded question, bro. We have a 5-year roadmap, a 10-year roadmap. I mean, we have a lot in the works. I could spend a whole AMA talking about what the plan is. I would say go back and look at some old AMAs. But we have a lot coming. I mean, collateralization is going to be huge. Again, doing it in a responsible manner. We have an internal swap that we're working on. Impulse, again, is another huge commitment from us, but will ultimately help bolster our own EMP treasury. So we have a lot coming, bro. We just have to get there. So, yeah, is that?
Yeah, I'm not like worried really. Like, I'm not gonna sell, of course. But I'm talking more of like short term, because right now I'm just kind of curious of like how much the protocol can withstand and like its limits.
For sure.
And so, if we can go to like, let's just say 0.5 peg, would that, like, I've seen protocols go to 0.5 and then they went back up to peg. So is that like a limitation? Is that like possible for our protocol to do?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Anything is possible, bro. That's a really hard question to answer, because it's based on many factors that are both under our control and out of our control. So, I mean, in the beginning, I know some of the OGs here at EMP, we went through a lot of turbulence in the very beginning of our protocol, not necessarily from market conditions, but from other outside issues. And we were at like 0.3 peg, and we recovered from that. So a lot of it has to do with liquidity. And we preach about liquidity all the time. And honestly, it's very easy for smaller protocols to regain peg faster, because they have basically zero liquidity. I mean, even now we have 10 million in liquidity. Other protocols are lucky if they have 1 or 2 million. So that's a double-edged sword, because yes, the larger the liquidity. I'm getting feedback, bro. Can you mute for 1 second? All right. So the larger the liquidity, the harder it is to lose peg, but also the harder it is to regain peg. Now, that being said, I am fully confident that we will be able to regain peg. Again, even if, like you said, I don't think 0.5, I don't think that's in the cards, unless we see another Black Swan event from here. I cannot give you financial advice, and really it's up to you, man. I mean, if you believe that we can recover from 0.02 or 5 or whatever, then it would make sense to stay. If you don't believe that we can do that, then you may want to look at other options. But again, I'm not your typical crypto leader that's going to give you a bunch of hopium and tell you, yeah, invest. We're gonna moon. We're gonna kill it. I'm just here to speak on what we are doing, what we are building. I mean, we do daily AMAs. Do you know how easy it is for a team to do an AMA? Like, what other protocol is doing daily AMAs? I mean, that alone should be a vote of confidence. And again, why we're different than everybody else. So yeah, bro, does that help? I don't know. I'm happy to dive in more, but
yeah,
go ahead.
Honestly, gives me a lot more conviction actually,
Awesome,
because
bro.
of just everything that you guys have, exactly like what you're saying. Like, I haven't found an AMA that actually, a crypto protocol that does a daily AMAs, and I have seen protocols even survive that. So with everything that, and we have a pretty good liquidity as well. So with everything that you've been saying, that gives me a lot of conviction. So thanks for the question.
Yeah.
And thanks for bearing with me.
Yeah, no worries, Max. No worries, bro. Again, I know I've seen you around a lot, man, and again, bro, I get it. I know it's scary. You know, nobody likes to see their investments go down. You know, and if I can give you a little bit of you know, conviction or confidence in the protocol, I'm happy to, but I'm not here to, you know, overpromise or you know, make claims that I cannot back up. So we may continue to dump. That is just the reality of the situation. But if you have a long-term mindset, yeah, I think we'll be good. All right, awesome. All right, Bull. I know somebody. I don't know if they're here. Before we move on to the next one. And I know Matiu is here. I don't want to put him on the spot, but one of the questions I saw in Telegram was asking about why is ESHARE going down? So Matiu, I don't know if you could maybe give us the 2-minute version of how PEG affects the ESHARE price. You're the numbers guy,
Yeah,
so yeah. Hey, brother, are you? Sorry, man. I didn't mean to put you on the spot. I'm good at that, but is
no,
that? Yeah. Go ahead, my friend.
no problem, no problem. So eShare is basically the value of eShare is derived from its ability to be able to earn EMP through the boardroom, and the boardroom will only print EMP when we are pegged at one, or when the time weighted average peg, so the TWAP over basically, which is peg over 6 hours, the average peg over 6 hours is 1.01. So if we're at 0.8 peg now, and once we get to 1.01 peg, then the boardroom will start to print again. And so eShares, if eShares or the boardroom isn't printing, then eShares basically will lose its value. So and this probably gets back to just the actions we take in the system, and this is probably just repeating what everyone said, but EMP, any crypto project is based on code. That code, so any reaction from the system is a predetermined reaction. It's already been coded in. So the system is reacting to our actions as a community. And if we don't like the reactions that the system is currently producing, then it is up to us to change our actions. It's as simple as that. The system, once you understand the system, you know how it will react. So if you want a different result, change your actions.
Perfect.
And by that, I mean, buy EMP or don't sell it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect, Matiu. Again, I wanted the simple version, and that was it. So I think Social Observer asked that, so shout out to him or her. That is the short answer of where eShares get their value. And again, I mean, once we recover PEG, you know, that shows confidence in the system, and then that gives the inherent value to eShares, because this is an economy. Just like Matiu said, it's numbers, it's code. We're not. We didn't do a pre-sale, you know, we didn't raise funds. We launched code on the internet, and all of our liquidity is user-provided liquidity, other than, again, Detonator, which just locks it in the protocol, but that liquidity was provided by users, not by the team, and we're not, you know, dumping on people. I mean, it's all transparent, it's all there, and really it's just a system that we're all participating in. So if you want EMP to succeed, you just have to keep rowing the boat with all of us, and it will come back. Again, I know a lot of projects say that, and it never happens, but we have a lot of different things happening here than other projects do, and we're very, very different. So awesome. Thanks, Matiu. All right, Bull, go ahead, brother. I know we have a few more questions. We got about 10 minutes.
Yep, Vino Mystic. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Long time no talk. How you guys doing?
Good, Vino. How are you, brother? I like the sound of your voice, man. You sound like you're in a good mood today, even amongst all this this bloody market action. So
Yeah, it's been a minute. Couple weeks, a lot of activity at the home life and all that, but I'm gonna jump straight into it. One, I just want to echo what you guys have been talking about. The code that you guys have produced for us utilize and to help strengthen the project is incredible. We've got amazing auto vaults. We've got the detonator to lock liquidity, and the nodes, they're not like the other nodes that other projects use. They don't emit new EMP or anything. Very strong.
100%.
But I want to touch real quick. I'm going to show on an auto vault. The Magic auto vault helps buy back and burn EMP. So if you have some free liquidity and you want to help the team, help the protocol, help everybody, including yourself, to get back up to peg, take a small portion of whatever LP you have in the farms and just go ahead and move that over to the Magic auto vault.
Yes, Vino. Amazing
I
advice,
just dumped 30 LP over there, and I'm looking to help build the ecosystem that you guys have set forward.
Yes, brother. Awesome. So let me just touch on that real fast before you can ask other questions, because this is something I totally forgot about earlier. But obviously, yes, the auto vaults are exponentially more important when we are below peg. So this is a very huge thing. LA, I don't know if you want to clip what I'm about to say, but yeah, the auto vaults are extremely important, even more so when we're below peg. One of our preferred vaults is the Magic Finance Vault. They are a seigniorage protocol of their own, but they offer their automated vaults to other projects with a very, very unique mechanism. So the fees are actually the same, if not better, from a user perspective. But rather than the protocol, like Beefy or YieldWolf making all the money, Magic actually splits their cut. Again, it doesn't affect you as the investor. It's only on their side. And they use that to buy back and burn EMP. So it's a really powerful tool to help our peg recover over time. And again, never go all in. There is always counterparty risk, but it is an audited code. We really like the Magic team. They're very competent. We've audited what they have. The contracts are renounced. I mean, they've done everything they can to make sure it's safe. And again, the code is a fork from Beefy, and Beefy, again, knock on wood, has never been exploited. So we really are confident in what they're doing. But yeah, all right. So auto vaults for the win. Absolutely, Vino. Go ahead, brother.
I thought I'd show that one real quick. So I got a personal question and then one from Discord from SBMK, and I'll ask his first. And if we got time to go to mine, we'll go to it. But he's looking to see how EMP.Money is looking long term, 2 to 5 years, and what you guys have planned for crypto in general for the future. And I know this has been covered, but I think it might be good currently to refresh everybody's memory on that.
Yeah, no doubt, Vino. So I'll make it short and sweet. Again, there's some other AMAs that we did a little more of a deep dive, but ultimately, there's going to be kind of 2 phases of EMP, and a lot of people have heard me say it before, is where I say when EMP reaches its final form, just like a Pokemon, or it evolves into the final form, meaning right now we're in the building stage. So we're, again, rewarding LP providers through eShares. We're building the treasury through, again, hypothecation and other mechanisms within the protocol, farming our own shares to build up a massive cash reserve. And then once that happens, then we start transitioning into more use cases for EMP. Because even if you don't have a lot of incoming volume, as long as the use case for your currency or your native token, as long as there's a major use case, then you can combat inflation, from that alone. So we have many, many things in the works. Again, I have another incredible partnership that I just cannot wait to tell all of you, that will be one of the most incredible use cases for EMP that there is. And so that is exciting. That's coming within hopefully the next month. And there's a lot in the works. But again, the short answer is that really it revolves around the EMP treasury, building massive reserves, and then utilizing not only use cases but additional revenue streams into the treasury. And then once that happens, we're actually able to reward EMP holders through other mechanisms, whether it be, again, a buyback and burn to continue raising the floor price of EMP, or other staking mechanisms where instead of earning ESHAREs, you earn actual BUSD from the treasury. I mean, there's a lot of ways that we can do it, and we have all that in the roadmap. It's just a matter of what market conditions are at that time and how we can give the most value to EMP holders as possible. So, yeah, I know it's a little vague, but the next year or two are really focused on building, and then we'll get to our final form. So, does that help?
Yes, it definitely does, and especially in a bear market, it's the best time to build, and not only build your project, but also build your community. So
100%.
I really like what we have going on here. The last question, then I'm going to jump over to Bull Gates and let him. I think somebody else had their hand raised. I'm going to put you on the spot here real quick. Is there any plans to implement monetization through YouTube, AMAs, or videos and use a certain portion of that money to help strengthen the treasury and use that to help the protocol?
Absolutely, 100%. I actually mentioned it on the AMA yesterday. We have one of the biggest YouTube channels in terms of growth for an actual project. So far. I mean, we've only been doing YouTube for about a month now, and we're already over 1,000 subscribers. We have about 2,000 hours of watch time. Actually, I think it might be 20,000 hours of watch time. It's an insane number when I looked at it. And so, yeah, I mean, that's a great point, because the YouTube can be used as a monetization channel, and again, a revenue stream to the treasury. That's why we are trying to put a lot more engagement on YouTube. Because it only helps all of us. And then, yeah, we had a meeting today. Again, over the last 3 days, I've talked to her every day. I'm really excited for a lady by the name of Rachel, that is a podcast expert. We're looking to integrate EMP and these recordings into a podcast series that will also hopefully eventually become a revenue stream through sponsored content and listening, more listeners, again, not only from revenue but from an advertising perspective. It's huge. So yeah, we have a lot of things that we're working on building right now that will eventually turn into revenue streams as we grow, and a lot of other things that are kind of outside of the box, so to speak. I mean, again, in the crypto space, you have a lot of flexibility on how you can turn things into revenue streams, and so we're really focused on that for sure.
Awesome, thank you. I guess I missed that in last night's AMA. I listened to it at work, but you know how work goes, you get sidetracked and everything.
Yeah, man, no worries, absolutely. So for sure, and we'll all continue to update you and everybody else on all of that. But outside revenue is the second most important thing as far as sustainability when it comes to treasury. You have to have solid economics to begin with, but you also have to have fresh capital coming in, so you don't have to rely on the consistent growth. But again, I mean, the growth is still there. I mean, we're a baby even still. I mean, we've had a lot of great coverage. We've had a lot of diehard involvement already. But Detonator alone is a great gauge of that. We have about 3,000 users in Detonator. We have about 3,000 wallets overall, and we could see that again become 10, 20, 50, 100,000. So not only will there be insane growth coming organically, but there's also again growth to be had, or gains to be had even without that growth. So all right, awesome.
Speaking of Detonator, it's time.
All right, there it is. Let me go ahead and pull it up. We can still take a few more questions while I pull it
sure?
up, but
Okay.
let me get it up first here. Or go ahead, Bolt. You can answer.
Okay. Yeah, we have Don and Fat Bob. So just try to be, I guess, as quick as possible, or just let AJ cut you off at some point so that he can get into the detonator, and then maybe get those answered after the rollover.
Yeah, I think after the rollover, because I mean, we didn't start taking questions till 45 minutes into the call. So yeah, and I know this isn't I know yesterday I had a quick question. I think the answer to this question will be a little longer. So we'll wait.
All right. How about who is next? If they have something
Let's
fast.
go compound. Come on, compound your way.
Yes, Matt Bob, for sure, brother. Yeah.
Compound it. It helps the protocol.
Yeah, so all right, there she is. Speaking of compounding, Detonator, here we are. So again, welcome to all of you that may have showed up here a little bit late. We are starting an hour earlier now to end with the Detonator, but it is looking really, really good. Again, those of you that might be new, Detonator is our daily ROI contract. We transact in LP tokens. That's half Ethereum, half EMP, and you deposit that, and those funds are then locked. But in return, you're given a 365% return on those funds. It's a little bit less than 1% a day. It fluctuates up and down depending on our daily volume. But we've seen some great daily volume just continuing to roll in, even with the market being destroyed. Yesterday we saw almost 100 grand enter within the last 10 minutes of the rollover. Already today we see a 169 deposit. Gotta love that number. We'll see if that holds up. But we reward 1% of the protocol to the largest depositor of the day. We call those our snipers. You'll hear me mention that towards the end here as we see more volume coming in. And 1% of the protocol is also given to a random lottery winner. And so we have a lossless lottery, which means you still get credit for your deposits. But with that deposit, you're assigned a ticket. And as long as you have one ticket, you can win up to 706 LP. Today, that's about $25,000. And remember, you're winning LP. So that's a really important thing when it comes to Detonator and what makes it even more powerful. You're not winning in terms of dollar value. So if you bought in the Detonator a while ago, you may be feeling the pain a little bit because the money, the dollar value is down. But we will recover, and if you're winning those LPs now, LP is very cheap at the moment. I think it's about $35 for one LP. That was as high as $100 for one LP. So you're getting a better entry than the majority of the people that have been here, and it's why we've seen the volume continue to come in every single day. So, and again, if you don't get focused on the dollar value and you're focused on actually accumulating more LP tokens over the long run, you have a lot more in dollar value when we finally do recover. So, Bull, anything you want to say about Detonator?
Yeah, the opportunity is better than ever. LP is super cheap, like AJ said. Tickets are $5. It's lossless. It's going to build up over time. It's why it's always stressed. Build your stuff. Start in the farm, EMP ETH LP farm. You can port those LP or the ESHARE that you convert into EMP ETH LP, which also boosts the PEG. So there are tons of different mechanisms to raise the PEG yourself, not relying upon the treasury. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but that's the great part of the ecosystem. The great thing about the ecosystem is there's so many parts that fit together so beautifully, so simply, where we, control all the mechanisms of that. And here, with your chance in the Detonator, it's a $5 ticket basically for a chance at $25,000. And if you're in DeFi, you're in crypto, you know that ETH is king and it's going to recover. We don't know when. Nobody's going to tell you when it is. Nobody knows. But at the end of the day, we know that it's going to go up and to the right because it is the best token in the ecosystem, and that's why these guys paired with ETH. And EMP is, has been and is a shining light and will be a shining light in a down market. So all the opportunity that people have received here in the down market it's continuing, but it's on us to make the effort and put the work in and take advantage of the opportunity that's in front of us. So sorry about the rant. I just went off on a tangent a bit.
Yeah, no, that was great, brother. And you brought up a really good point that I failed to mention earlier. Again, there's so much in this ecosystem that again, I'm living it every single minute of my life, and I forget. So I know it's overwhelming to a lot of people, but once you understand how the mechanisms work, it's very powerful. So everybody, we had a long discussion about how to recover PEG. Well, Detonator is a major part of that strategy in recovering PEG. So Detonator, again, because of the way the game theory works, it incentivizes people to buy LP every single day, not only for maximizing tickets, but also to try to get those large bonuses. And by doing so, that is a constant pressure on pushing our PEG up over time. So again, I mean, that is another thing that no other protocol has, and why we will eventually be able to recover PEG. It may take a while. We don't know. It may not. It may happen tomorrow. I mean, we don't know. It may take a while. It may happen tomorrow. That's not the point. The point is that we have mechanisms in place to recover PEG, and those mechanisms are what other protocols do not have. So that to me is bullish. So awesome. And again, Detonator is killer. I mean, there's been a lot of really great coverage on YouTube about Detonator. I would encourage all of you to Google that on YouTube. Give some love to the content creators, but listen to their opinion. I mean, maybe they have a different opinion of why Detonator is powerful, and don't just take my word for it. But based on numbers alone, we're hitting all-time highs pretty much every day for the last 2 months. So right now the pool balance is at 70,733 LP. We have 3,165 participants in the contract, and we're looking good. Bull, how are we on tickets?
Oh, sorry, bro. I was on mute. 8230 is what I see. Let me do a quick refresh. But yeah, really strong ticket count today. Actually, a little bit surprising, but it shows the resiliency of everybody here. They know that EMP is an up and to the right project, and that's the attitude that everybody has here. So
Yes, absolutely, Bill. And I think people are realizing we're seeing a lot more compounding because the idea is that you want to compound even harder when the prices are down. You're essentially automatically DCAing into the protocol by compounding when LPs are cheap. So I know we always recommend to compound more than you claim. We're all about responsible profit taking. We're all here to make money. It's not a protocol that says just hold forever and ever. I mean, that's not what we do. We are an economy. We tell you how to take profits, but again, not financial advice. Now would be a time to hold off on taking profits, just for the mere fact that you want to prioritize compounding while LP is so cheap. Because once we recover, you'll see a massive boost in your dollar value. So I hope that makes sense. And yeah, we're getting close. So make sure you're compounding last minute. I'm going to let my rewards roll over into the pool. Again, this is one of the team wallets, so we just continue to feed LPs back in. And yeah, we'll see if we have a new winner today. We'll see if that 169 LP holds up. Every time I've said it might be a slow day, we've seen fireworks, so I'm not going to say it today, but we'll see. About 2 minutes left. I'll give a 1 minute warning and then a 30-second countdown. So yeah. What else, Bull? Any other last minute words of wisdom?
just show love and compassion to everybody in the forum. Be nice and constructive, and try to be as helpful as possible. I know everybody's a little bit on edge with the markets and what's going on in the world, and everybody's feeling those stresses. So sometimes it is just best to step away from your computer, because there are things that, like I said, that we can't control in the overall market. But as Matiu beautifully put, we can control in this economy, because we are the bankers, for lack of a better term, in this economy. We are all owners and bankers here.
For sure. Yes, that was a great representation of what we actually built here. There's no smoke and mirrors. There's no trading bot in the background. I mean, it's all just based on supply and demand and what the boardroom yields. So, all right, we have about 1 minute left. Again, make sure you're compounding. Good luck, everyone. If you do win the lottery, please feel free to jump on Telegram and celebrate with us. We're working on a bunch of testimonials of previous winners. There's been some multiple winners. I mean, we've really given life-changing opportunity to a lot of people, and that is really exciting. That not only can we do that, but also have a very healthy protocol on top of it all. So, all right, 35 seconds. Let's see if we break 10,000 tickets. We're at about 9,000, I think, Bull.
Yep.
All right, 25 seconds. Good luck, everyone. Let's see if that 169 will hold up. 20 seconds. 15 seconds. Wow, that 169 might hold up. Good luck. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 205, 206, 4, 3, 2, 1. 0, 206 came in. Did that hold? Let's see.
We also have a ticket record too.
Oh.
Wow. I think we had multiple snipes at the end there. Let me go ahead and let this refresh. Definitely some multiple snipes. What ended up taking it, Bull? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm just clicking my button now, and let me see. Oh, I must have copy and pasted wrong. Come on, I got to do better than that.
206 took it, and then we had a 185 come in too.
All right, thanks, Joe. Yes, our resident on-chain analysis experts. We have a lot in our community that are always on top of things, and we will have a much better way of displaying the last-minute snipers on our new UI. We're working on that. But thanks, Joe. So yes, it was multiple snipes, and there was some rollover rewards as well. Again, remember, if you don't claim or compound, those rewards are given back to the pool. It's not a negative thing. You still get your ROI eventually, but it just adds a day to your ROI number. So our new total is 71,592 LP. Holy moly, another all-time high. And again, about I didn't even look, but I'm sure it's multiple tens of thousands of fresh revenue coming in to Detonator. Yeah, it looks to be about at least 70 grand that entered in the last 10 minutes. And yeah, again, Detonator continuing to shine while the market is absolutely destroyed. If that doesn't give you confidence, I don't know what will. So right now we're building. Again, Detonator could get to 100,000. Who knows, 500,000 LP one day. Wouldn't that be nice? We're seeing this turn into one of the most amazing ROI contracts ever developed, and the proof is in the numbers. So, all right, congrats to everybody. If you did win, we'd love to hear from you. I'm happy to stay on a little bit longer. I know I wanted to take some more questions from Dawn, so we can go a little late tonight, considering what the market is doing. I'm happy to talk. So, all right, let me pull up my desktop again, and we can go from there. But congrats to everybody. Another beautiful day with Detonator.
Right, and just keep in mind, if you aren't the largest depositor, you're not the random winner, it is still a win, right? It's 365 over time, and any one of those tickets, when you compound in the future, can be that golden ticket. And we love the golden ticket around our house because when all our nieces and nephews were young, we would always give them a golden ticket day, and my wife would print up a golden ticket on a special shiny piece of gold like foil wrap, and we'd give it to the kids for Christmas so that they could turn it in at any time in the year. So it's a nice thing around our house when we talk about the golden ticket. It always makes me reminisce a little bit.
Yes, and who doesn't love the golden ticket from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? You gotta love Willy Wonka and Gene Wilder. So yeah, and it is. I mean, Detonator is the golden ticket. Again, I think people,
What makes you Willy Wonka?
Yeah, I wish, Bull. Right? That'd be hilarious. That could be another meme. Somebody do that. So there you go. But yeah, I mean, not only is it a winning ticket, but like Bull said, it's a lossless lottery. So even if you unfortunately are outsniped, or again you don't win the lottery, the random lottery, you get credit for every cent of your deposit, and the lottery is just the cherry on top. So yeah, really looking healthy. And remember, if you do win the lottery, you're not able to claim that lottery and dump it on all of us. It gets transferred into your principal amount over time. But again, lottery winners are able to get about anywhere from $150 to $200 a day from their winnings. So this is how we're able to give such massive rewards, and why the contract is continuing to grow and be very healthy from a sustainability aspect. So, all right, awesome. Go ahead, Bull. Who's up? I think Don Mac. Are you there, brother?
Yep,
Yeah.
Don was up.
Yeah.
And then Kirk, and then S.
All right, awesome.
So,
well, hey Don, I don't want to cut you off, brother. Give me 2 seconds. Kirk,
sure.
Kirk, can you go first real fast? I know he's debuting his channel right now, so
go for it.
Kirk, go ahead, brother, real fast. Yeah, man.
Hey, yeah, real fast. DeFi Debrief is live, ladies and gentlemen. So once you're done with this AMA, the link's in the thing. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. Click the bell so you get a notice when every episode comes out. This is a good one to start with, I think. I'd love to hear what everybody has to say about it.
Awesome, Kirk. Thanks, brother. Yes, great job.
No
and it will premiere every Monday after our AMA. I mean, obviously, it's recorded, so you can watch it at your convenience. But this will be the time that it usually is live, correct?
I think so. I'm going to play with the time just like we were doing here. I wanted to try to do it a little early for our European friends,
for sure.
But I need to figure it out. So for now, yes.
All right, wonderful. There you go, Defi Debrief, and all the official links.
Kirk has a YouTube channel?
Yeah, go figure, right, Bull?
Okay.
Crazy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. All right, Don, thanks for being patient, brother. Go ahead, man. I'm here for you, bro.
You bet. Thanks, guy. Well, I watched this video, and it was talking about ETH and the ST ETH, and the Celsius shutdown of transfers and stuff like that. And so I've been diving into it a little bit. I don't feel like I know anything, which is why I'm asking. I'm not wanting to assert a problem.
For sure.
But from what I'm hearing, it sounds like ETH could be in trouble, like UST was in trouble, because there's a huge amount, like 32% of all ETH is wrapped in this Lido situation. And now with the merge coming up, you can't, it's locked everything up until ETH developers get to the next stage. So that's what I think I know. And so I'm just curious if you guys got your finger on the pulse of that, or am I just, alerting you to it, or, just what can you say about that? Because I totally love this community and the way it's built and all the dynamics. And yet, as I watched this video last night, Bull's words in my head is he's going nothing but up and to the right, and I'm thinking, well, if any of this happens, it could be the opposite. Down and to the right. So
For sure.
what can you tell me?
So yeah, I mean, again, crypto is a very, very volatile place. None of us know, what the future holds. But the fact that ETH literally is the currency of the internet, there is more dApps and more volume and more business done every day on Ethereum than probably every other chain, combined. So that alone, I mean, gives ETH value. And regardless of the fees or not, that is where the action is. And so, in my mind, I am an ETH, bull, so to speak. I think that again, I am familiar with this imbalance of the staked ETH in the validator nodes, but that it's been that way for like 2 years, and the only reason that it's becoming out of balance is because of the overall market volatility. And so, when the market goes crazy like this, there is a lot of circuit breakers that happen, and you saw it with Celsius. They announced that they're literally stopping their withdrawals. I mean, my God, not your keys, not your crypto. If you were in Celsius to begin with, that is the risk that you take. And so it's unfortunate that again, the masses or the noobs they don't understand, the risk involved, and they don't understand that having your crypto on Coinbase or Binance or anywhere else besides your MetaMask wallet or your ledger, you don't own that crypto. That crypto is not yours. So I think it takes situations like this for people to realize what the hell is actually happening. And it's all part of our mission to educate DeFi users as well. But honestly, brother, and again, not financial advice, I could be 100% wrong, but I think that this is all due to just the unprecedented market, volatility. I think once things level out, I think that staked ETH ratio will level out, and once again they go to 2.0. ETH 2.0 and fees are not going to be that big of a deal. I see even more adoption coming to ETH. So again, that's kind of my mindset. Bull, I don't know if you want to add to that or.
Sure. So Don, I do use this expression or an analogy with it as up and to the right. And when we look, and obviously you're aware that I say these things. When we look at that chart, yes, sir. When we look at that chart, it's up and to the right, and that's the macro view, right? But when we zoom in on certain times, there are valleys, right, and deep valleys where it looks like it's the end for ETH. It looks like it's the beginning of the end, or this is going to crash crypto, and and no disrespect intended to you, because you're asking a question, you're not making a statement. I've heard this a number of times, like this is the end of Bitcoin, this is the end of crypto, and there's always these situations, and let's be honest, the fear is very heightened right now, with the situation in the world with inflation, and so in our house we look at inflation as a fake thing. And I'm going to call out Couch a little bit. I was talking to Couch earlier today. I never look at those inflation numbers. What I look at is the price at the gas pump when I drive past. I look at the price of bread at the store, those type of things, because those affect real people, and that affects like how we view the world and like our state of mind. And the reality is a lot of people are on edge because of the pandemic for the last couple of years, the supply chain issues, and all of those things are coming home to roost right now with the price of gas, and causing a lot of fear and uncertainty in the world, and in crypto as well. And that type of fear has an ability to like unwind the belief in crypto. And you know, crypto is built on math, but it takes a lot to get people to believe in it. And we see, because it takes years for projects to develop. We're very fortunate now that we have people that invest in crypto and in DeFi especially, because it usually takes a long time to build things. But the great thing, especially here, is we have a lot of committed people that are just very helpful, constructive, positive, and it makes building easier. And the reason I say this is that because math is nothing, you know, without the belief and numbers. And when I'm gonna just deep dive really quick here. When I speak about this, like on Luna's AMAs about like inflation and stuff, the reality of like crypto and seigniorage projects and economies in the real world, all of that stuff centers around belief. Belief builds things, you know, and then putting belief into action is what builds things. And so the difference between like a country that has a strong economy versus a weak economy is the ability to step outside your front door and feel safe, the ability to send your kids to school and they come home at the end of the day, your ability to drive to the grocery store and buy something, the ability to, you know, to drive to church or any place you go. That is what determines the belief, like in that economic system, the infrastructure, the ability to move around, the safety, and it's belief that allows really all of that thing to be possible and put into action and build those things. But those things are intertwined, the belief and the doing and putting it into action. And we know from the world, like it's a, you know, it's a tough place. Like sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. Right now, you know, the chips are kind of down in the world, right? Like everybody's afraid of what could happen, and nobody, you know, nobody knows. But this is the time where, you know, everybody needs to have more resolve and will and remain positive and put positive thought like into action. You know, if it's a small thing of like volunteering in your community, mowing your neighbor's yard, it's the little things like that with a cumulative effort in every community around the world, really, that lifts us out of this. Because we can't say for certainty like what could happen. We can only say what we can do, and the do is the really important thing, because it's what fills in the valleys, right? The valleys in this regard on a chart translated into real life are fear. It's fear and uncertainty and doubt. And you know what? We fill those up with work. We fill it up with deeds, you know, like putting that belief, that positive thought into action and actually filling in those, you know, those valleys, right? And then allowing us to move up and out of, you know, like the fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the real world. And the same thing, you know, is true here in crypto. It's the work that we put in the community. It's the friendships that we build. It's being engaged in the AMA on these channels. Controlling the things that we can control. We don't know, you know, we don't know what's going to happen with ETH. I have a long held belief that ETH is an up and to the right project. I invested in the ICO a long time ago. I believed in it, and I believed in it then, and I believe in it now. I've seen it in action, and I've seen how it's transformed the space. But ultimately, like in this ecosystem and in our communities, right, it comes down to us doing things. We can't rely on people to do the things that are going to change the world and lift us out. It's we can only control the things that we do, and it's important that, you know, we translate those good intentions, those good ideas, those good beliefs into action, because that will lift us out of those valleys or fill in those valleys and allow us to get out of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt and into the positive places that we should be in the world and here in crypto as well. So I hope that's helpful.
Thanks, Bull. Yeah, I guess I'll do some more research, you know, because there's, as far as doing, you know, I can't put any more money in. I got most of it locked in the detonator, so I can't take money out. So I don't really, not much I can do. I can try and stay positive, which I'm doing my best to do. and looks like I might have to go back to work. So
Yeah.
that wasn't what I was planning at almost 69 years old. But hey, I know you shouldn't put any more than you can afford to lose, but I think a lot of us do a little bit of that, and I've done a little bit of that. So anyway, yeah, I want to be more educated about this, and because I just found out about it last night and this morning, so I'll do some more research, and if I have any more specific questions, I know where to go.
Cool. Thanks, Don.
All right,
Thanks,
Don.
guys.
Sounds good, brother.
S has been patiently waiting, so S, thanks a lot, and so good to go.
Hey, no worries. It's really helpful hearing everyone's questions, and thanks, guys, for doing this. I just actually I mentioned this before, and AJ, I just wanted to be reassured and sort of hear your thoughts on this. And Bull, I don't know if you chimed in on this before, but I'm pretty sure you are. But I just want you to confirm that you really have a handle on the lottery in terms of anyone trying to manipulate it or setting up different wallets and trying to win, et cetera, et cetera. I know people have come in, like real people have said that they've won, but just to kind of just be rest assured that you guys know for sure that it's fair
For
and
sure.
it's not being hacked in any way.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, that's really important to us for obvious reasons. So I can answer in a couple of ways. So yes, I mean the short answer is absolutely. We do not see any exploits or multiple wallet strategies. I mean, it boils down to the reason that we have had multiple winners is because they are actually depositing new income every single day into Detonator, and they're rewarded because they're maximizing the amount of tickets that they can get. So that's all part of the strategy and again game theory behind it. We are working on a video again. I know I mentioned it multiple times, but it needs to get put up the priority list. Not only to where you can look on chain to see what deposits went into Detonator, but you can also cross-reference that on chain to see that the actual lottery winners had the corresponding ticket deposits. So that's another way of seeing it on chain. Again, we don't publish the way we determine the winner. It is proprietary. It's the closest thing that we can get to true randomness because it's based on upcoming block hash that nobody, again, would be able to know. And even if you were able to know, you would have to time your ticket buys within that window. And again, I mean, you'd have to have a supercomputer to even get close. And if you had that capability, you'd be hacking, Bitcoin or a lot of other things with a bigger carrot than Detonator. So, all that being said, we are looking into partnering with a certain protocol to continue to ensure a 100% true randomness. I've mentioned it a few times. Again, I'm not at liberty to spill the beans, but we are working with a very well-respected protocol to hopefully give everybody even more confidence moving forward. So again, I hate to be vague on that, but I am under an NDA until it's public, and we just need to have everything in place before I can say that. But once that partnership is announced and the code is implemented, then there will be a third party verifying what the true randomness of the winner is. So does that help answer for you, S?
Yes, that's exactly what I was hoping to hear. That sounds fantastic, and thank you. That definitely makes me, believe that it's really fair. And so, and again, I know that you guys are on top of everything in general, and it's a win whether you win or not, just investing in a protocol. But that
For
is
sure.
definitely good to hear. So thank you.
All right, no doubt. Yes, thank you for being here. And and yeah, I mean, again, transparency and having that trust is paramount. We do have multiple on-chain analysis experts within our army that are literally monitoring not only Detonator, but the different whales that are in and out. Like I said, I know we joke about it, but we have some of the smartest people I have ever met in crypto here, and they're all here to help protect the protocol as well. So, and we do plan on implementing a bug bounty program. So if any of you are, white hat hackers, I mean, if you find some exploits, we are putting aside a fund to be able to compensate for that as well. But tomb forks are inherently safe. Again, we forked out any of the taxes that you see in other protocols that have been exploited because of our boardroom mechanism. We're protected from flash loan attacks. We take security and transparency very, very seriously, and we feel that we're in a really good position for that. And I promise I will get that video out sooner than later that allows you to see through Binance Smart Chain scan, BSC scan, whoever does win the lottery, you're able to see, if they were compounding or adding new money in to get credit for those tickets. So, all right, awesome. Yep.
Fantastic. Thank you. That's wonderful. All sounds good.
All right, thanks, S. You got it. All right, Bull, we got a few more. I have time for one or two more. Again, we're trying to keep it about an hour, but I know that the market conditions have been a scary time for a lot of us, and I'm happy to answer more. So go ahead, Bull.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything on any of the channels here, so
Okay.
maybe just a nice wrap up to reassure people.
Could I just say something before you do that, Bull, so that you could be the last one to talk?
Yeah, I don't think I'll be the last one. AJ always likes to get that last word in.
I want to leave you guys with the final word, so I just was hoping to say something short before you do that.
For sure. Go ahead, LA.
I just wanted to say, I've been working with people on their mindset for a number of years, and I just want to say a positive mindset is the number one most important tool that you could have in your toolbox. And life is going to throw at you a number of different situations throughout the course of your life that will scare you, that will be tough, that will be ups and downs, and every single one of them makes you stronger. And if you've been someone that's been here all along and you've been on these AMAs every night and you've sold yourself on the project, and AJ's sold you on the project and on himself and everything, now's not a time to let just little bumps in the road cause you to lose that positive mindset. So right now is a time that if you feel yourself losing that mindset, a really important thing to do is just to be conscious of it and do things for yourself that help to snap you out of it. So whether that be go for a long walk or watch stuff on YouTube that's like, motivational and then will get you into a positive place, or listen to a podcast, or I don't know, dance around in your living room. I don't know. But if you've had faith in this project and you've been feeling really good about it the whole time, just know that true faith is not actually when everything's going super well. It's actually when you get tested that is the definition of true faith. And so I just wanted to share that, like, a positive mindset will take you so far in your life, no matter what the circumstances are or what you're applying it to. And so it's totally natural to get nervous with what's going on in the market and even in the world, But I think we're all here because this project, and even AJ, has attracted a certain type of person And the reason that we love spending so much of our time in this community is because it's a really positive place and it feels really good to be here. And we've all really been sold on the future of what's coming. And I know that when I wake up in the morning, that's what I see. I don't see what's, maybe the boat is rocking a little bit right now. That's what I see. I see where we're going and everything that's ahead. And I'm still sold on every single one of those things that's ahead. And so I just wanted to say, just do whatever you have to for yourself to keep that positive mindset, because it's just so important for your own well-being and just so that you make decisions that are good for you. So I just wanted to say that.
Amazing, LA. Man, you're gonna get me emotional here. Yeah, I mean that that is no truer words of wisdom spoken. And again, that's a testament of the kind of people that we have brought into this community, and LA is continuing to be a leader on her own. And yeah, I mean that again. Those of you may be familiar with my personal situation. I have some very big struggles from a physical standpoint. And a positive mindset has been the number one reason that I have been successful in life. And, I know all of us have our struggles. Again, like I said, mine happens to be a little bit more physical. But we all have our own struggles, and that's not to, diminish anything that you have going on with your own lives. But it's about to again focus on what you can do rather than what you can't do. And like LA said, I mean, focus on what you can to help. I mean, we can't predict the future. We dwelling on what might or might not happen, that doesn't help anything. What does help is trying to regroup, focus, get a game plan. Like LA said, dance around your living room, whatever you need to do to get your mind in the right spot. I know for me, I was I was watching the Richard Hart live stream last night, and man, that put me in a really good mood. I love watching him speak his mind on again the crypto markets and everything else. So yeah, whatever you need to do it, and don't be afraid to walk away for a little while either. Again, that doesn't mean sell at a loss and lock in those losses. But it does mean, don't stare at the chart. Don't read, Twitter with all the FUD and negativity, because it really doesn't help. So, Bull, I'm sure you have some amazing words of wisdom as well. You want to end with? Go ahead, brother.
I don't think I can top any of that stuff. It's just believe in yourself. I mean, that's the first step to success, and then just putting that belief and positive thought into action, and helping one another. Like I've always said, so much easier to be kind and friendly and compassionate and helpful than it is to be cruel. And so, I don't know. What you guys said was so great, and I don't want to jumble it up with a bunch of things I'm saying, so I'm just going to sign off.
All right, Bull. Awesome, brother. Well, again, much love to all of you, this whole community. I know that it's a scary time right now. We're in the middle of the storm. It could very well get worse. So try to mentally prepare yourself for that. But it cannot go down forever. I don't think any of you would be on this call or in EMP or in crypto in general if you didn't see the true potential that crypto has. And just remember to focus on that. A year from now, we're going to be having a lot different conversation. That is for sure. So, all right, everyone. Again, keep your heads up. Stay positive. We're all here. I'll be here tomorrow doing an AMA. I will always be doing these AMAs. No question is off the table. While other projects are hiding and just letting things bleed out, we're here continuing to educate and doing our best to help the ship steer in the right direction. So, all right, everyone. Much love. Good night. Good day. We'll see you tomorrow.